Well, updates on the 2002. Some have asked, what's the status of it? And have I been driving it? Have I been fixing it up? Or any further ado from the last video that I did. So this is what this video is about. And I'd say it looks a little different. In a good way too. So here's some blood, sweat, and tears, and the end result of that. So I must say, it actually came out much better than I ever anticipated. I had plans for it, had dreams for it, and it all came together. So this is it. If you've seen the prior video of what the 2002 looked like before this, well, it looks significantly different, in a much sadder state. I guess the best way to put it is it had some patina. Walk around so you can see how crappy this is currently. Now, this is obviously a two-door. This is the square taillight version. They also have the holy grail of people really sought after, the roundies. And 2002 BMW signature, you know, the body lines on these, honestly, I actually kind of like these. Obviously it looks really crappy right now, especially with these diving boards. And, you know, let's go into detail about its current condition. This outside exterior looks like worse than pretty much the heat shield of an Apollo 11 re-entry capsule. So that's that. A lot of it. So she is done. I've been driving it and enjoying it. And I tell you what, people already kind of went nuts over it when it looked really crappy. Hilariously enough, like every stoplight, people are like, 2002, and I'm like, this thing looks terrible. You're still really excited over it. So it said a lot about the car and its lineage of how really impactful an automobile could be to humans. And I tell you what, these cars, people really go nuts over them. Now it's ridiculous. Almost every gas station, it's like somebody comes up to talk to you about it, or you get a thumbs up going down the road. So that's exciting. But I'll give you a little tour of it, show you what I did, and so you can see the end results. So obviously the outside has been redone. Did Corsa red, his factory BMW 2002 color, and it really came out good. So that was the, you know, that was the plan. Obviously I had the huge diving board bumpers, and I'm 50-50 what I'm gonna do. I still might do the updated chrome, cleaned up the Anza exhaust that I had on it, so that actually came out really good. And I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do about the bumper, but I like it the way it is. I could not stand the giant diving boards and all that. Kept the same wheels, just cleaned them up. I was happy with those. Lucky number. But I mean, really, it really pops. But I think the outside was in a pretty sad state, to be honest. But the interior was in even worse state, in my opinion. The interior is spacious. There's more cracks on this dash than in the Grand Canyon. I don't know where the mounts are for this seat. I do have this seat. I don't know where those went. You know, so then the door panels, obviously, there are no door panels. They're just pieces of wood. Bad. But the interior was kind of like non-existent. The seats were falling apart. There were no door panels really, except these wood cutoffs. The rear seat was some other color. The carpet was pretty much gone and awfully dirty. So I ripped all that out. It's got a fresh dash. I ripped all that out, so I'm going to show you all that because it's exciting. It's exciting watching a car that most people would say that's headed for the junkyard to be brought back to life, and in such a way that you're like double take and look at it in a way that you're like, that looks really good. So yeah, I redid a lot of stuff. I must say, the people that restore cars for a full-time living and like redo interiors all the time, I don't know how you do it. There was times I wanted to pull my hair out. I was like, I don't know how. Much respect to the people that do this full-time for a living, because I can't imagine redoing carpets on all these cars. That is an art, and there was many nights that I was like, on top of the amount of glue that I got in my hair. So yeah, I struggle bust on some struggle bust. Is that the word? I don't know. I struggled in some areas, but it came together. I was happy with the end result. So I'm gonna show you the interior now. As you can see, fresh door panels, cleaned up, updated the seats with these Recaro style buckets. Eventually we'll update the original wheel, but I'm happy with that. I'm not going to touch any of that. I mean, really, these door panels came out so good. Got all the knobs back on. Brand new carpet. Oh, it's so nice having carpet, and it's like an actual car, like presentable. I don't have a lot of words. It's nice to see it come back alive. It's a presentable car again, you know. I still have some things to do. This is not 100% done. Obviously, I still need to do the chrome trim on the sides. Some under panel parts I need to find for it. But overall, from what you last saw in the last video, and if you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'll post it down in the description of when I first obtained this car to now. I'm very excited to how it's come around. It is actually, I think, a happy car, and its drivability and everything behind it has not changed. It drove the same and put the same smile on my face when it looked like a rolling pile, and now it just looks like a really nice looking, not so much rolling pile, but a presentable 2002, but the same effect of putting a smile on my face. So my plans for it, I am gonna keep it. I don't know yet. My goal is to finish it. My goal is to bring it back to life and give it a new lease on life, because it treated me really well. It was a good car that took me places when I needed a car, when the others were broke, and it didn't leave me stranded ever. So it was kind of my calling to save it, and that objective is done. I don't know what to do next, but I know in this video we're gonna go drive it and just have some fun and hear the sounds and the sights of driving a 2002, because that's truly what these are all about. They're a driver's car. Their objective is to put a smile on your face and really, really make the driving experience memorable, I guess. It's an unforgettable car. This is one of those cars that'll stick with me for a long time on how well they drive. And at one point, this has a center console. I still have it. I don't know what I'm 50-50. I like it without it. I know that needs to probably put back in. Some people might lose their minds over it. But I like the simplicity look of no center console. So I am figuring that out, what I'm going to do about that. Going to update the wheel, going to update some of these trim pieces and the headliner, just make it 100%. So